Sause here. Quick tutorial sketching of cube forms. So if you haven't drawn a cube form, let me show you an easy way to do that. First off, start with a square. Notice that when I'm sketching, I use a quick back and forth motion, and that gives me time. Instead of going like this gives me time to adjust and to look sort of back and forth. And it also makes a lighter line, so it's easier to erase if I make a mistake, which I haven't drawn in a while, so I very well might. So first thing you want to do is start by making a square. And yes, 7th graders and 8th graders who don't know me, I do hold my pencil incorrectly. So if my mother watches this, sorry, Mom, you tried. My art teacher in college was kind of horrified by the way I held a pencil, but I should be left-handed, so this is my compromise. All right, so you want to start with a square, and then to give your box, your square, to make this into a 3D appearing form. Remember, 3D has actual 3 dimensions, so this is just the appearance of it. You want to start by bringing a line back, and then bringing a line to match that same angle. So feel that angle, and apply that same angle here and the same angle here. And if all of these angles are just about right, and I feel like that one's a little off, so I'm gonna do some erasing. Let's clean this up while I'm at it. If these 3 angles are all the same, they should make a cube. And now the trick is this angle, and this angle. I'm saying angle, I mean line. These lines all need to be straight. So I'm not doing this with a ruler because it's good practice for me. But if I get the feeling of this and I move this here and I apply it, and if I've done it correctly, it should be pretty good. Now, my next trick is that this line here, and what will become this line here, those also all need to be parallel with each other, just as these are parallel with each other. So, feeling out this, feels this, and I just need to make a slight adjustment up and a slight adjustment this way. Et voila, I have a cube. So I haven't drawn in a few months, so it's a little off, but that's not terrible. So that's how you do a cube. Now, how do you do a pyramid? Well, let me do a quick pyramid for you. Start with a triangle. Now, this is going to be a solid pyramid. There are ways of doing pyramids where they are see-through, but we're going to make a solid pyramid. So start with a triangle. All right. Now, I'm going to see it where I see the side of my pyramid over here. So what I'm going to do is bring down a side and bring that back. That's perhaps not the greatest pyramid I've ever drawn, but it will suffice for this purpose. So that's how you do a pyramid. A lot of you are taught to draw pyramids where you see the back side of it. But in art, that's a mathematical pyramid. In art, I like to not be able to see through the pyramid because it is it's a solid form. So a lot of times in math, you're taught to draw them this way. But we're gonna draw them this way. All right. One last quick thing, I guess a sphere, and a sphere is all about shading. And if you look at what I've drawn here, do you see how I've got this little bit of light up here and then the dark shadow at the bottom? That's because my light is coming from this direction. So you have to discover and think about where you want your light to come from, and that becomes your highlight. And then the opposite side of it becomes the shadow. So that should be pretty easy to do. You just need to draw a circle, which actually might be the hardest part. Drawing a circle is a bit of a challenge. Whew, I can tell I have not drawn all school year. I need you guys back and asking me how to draw things so that I practice all day long. So notice again my little sketch around technique, and then over time I get there and then I can clean up the lines that don't work for me. All right, in this case, I'm gonna say my light is coming from this direction, just to be fun. So I'm going to sort of carve that little space out. And I'm just gonna lightly apply color. Now I'm doing this in pencil. Remember, I have asked you guys to go ahead and use colored pencil. I don't have any handy around me. And to be honest, it's almost 4 o'clock on the Friday right before break, so I wanna go home. So I'm just gonna go ahead and apply this. All right, now that I've got a base layer down, I'm gonna go ahead and apply my darker tones to the back half of this. And remembering that it's round means that the light is going to also interact and go sort of around the object. So now I gotta be honest, it would also help if I had a true sized pencil here and not a nubbin. It's kind of, hold on, this is sort of ridiculous. This one isn't sharp, but it'll do it. All right, I'm gonna blend this a little bit. I have a little bit of a Kleenex here. Just gonna blend this together. And I made this a little harder for myself by bringing this light tone all the way around. So I'm gonna actually move my tone. Move my tone in. So again, I'm going to blend this a little bit, and you can blend colored pencil as well. And then I'm going to come in with an eraser and put back my highlight that I have moved. And then clean up my edges. And that's how you do a very quick and dirty sphere. We'll practice these more during the school year at some point in time. So that is all for now. And I hope that helps you learn how to do some forms. So I'm going to nitpick at this a little bit longer because you know what? It's actually nice to sit down and draw. I miss doing that. All right, from all of us here in the art room, you know, Bob, Polly, myself, we all say, bye.